about sports medicine, it's a type of training. So I would like to give you the title. It's the effect of two different training methods in selected Bamaran skilled variables of university level soccer players. What you mentioned, whether it is soccer or football, you can decide. So this is what I'm going to explain. And it's a small study which I did by myself and not related with sports medicine anyway, but it's two types of comparison of two training methods. So you can see on the background there is University, King Fahd University of Petroleum and Minerals. It's in Saudi Arabia. It's a place of petrodollar. I'm basically from India. So
you're supposed to appreciate them to bring money?
yes, really. So the first case was
This here. This one here.
so the two types of training. The first case was hypoxic training. You may be knowing what is hypoxic. It's a low oxygen workout, makes the oxygen delivery system more efficient, increase the strength and endurance up to 40%. You know, in Saudi actually, it's a desert. Also, I felt it very significantly different when I came from a different place. Like when you play soccer or football, you will find it difficult when you come from a place where there is plenty of oxygen. And also the weather condition difference, like humidity, pressure, and a lot of things. When I came to know this difference, I just wanted to make a study. So this is actually what is hypoxic. So I gave it a different way, like not in the experimental, I like using artificial way. I just natural way of doing the hypoxic training, some kind of controlling the breath and holding the breath and keeping for some time like that. So you will be knowing what is a hypoxic training and its benefit actually. Those who are familiar with the soccer, there was a match between Brazil and Bolivia where it was held on a high location, like very high from the sea level, and comparatively Bolivia is a weaker team, and Brazil and Argentina could not defeat them from the homeland of Bolivia because of the difference in the Canada foxy and the nature. So in order to recover from this problem, usually the trainers give them high altitude training. So this is a way of giving the hypoxic training. So if the height is more than 6,500 feet and above, your body begins to adapt to high altitude almost immediately. And this acclimatization occurs within 15 to 20 days. If you give the training, it takes 20 days. And if your body is not receiving the sufficient amount of oxygen, it's going to produce red blood cells, RBC, more blood cells, so that, you know, when the RBC is more, your body can accommodate more oxygen. The oxygen can be carried from the blood to the different places. And also your kidney releases a hormone called erythropoietin, which stimulates the production of RBC. So this will help. From the RBC, your body will optimize the amount of available oxygen. So this is the way the hypoxic training works. And the increase of red blood cell helps to improve the VO2 max, which is the maximum amount of oxygen your body can obtain and use during intense exercise. And however, VO2 max levels are lower at high altitude than at sea level. So even though you have high level of RBCs there, the VO2 max still will be less at high altitude. So the advantage is once your body having high altitude training, the body will utilize the maximum available oxygen within the available space. This is what the benefit of hypoxic training. So the other one is pilates training. Pilates training you may be knowing. It's not much about football, but still some trainers use in our place to make it a different variation. So what is it? You may be knowing it's a physical fitness regimen, repetitive exercise, and is a holistic approach to well-being and a lifelong process of refinement. So It's a different way of training using some special kind of exercise like floor exercise, hollow exercise like that. So 2-3 different modes are there. It's actually developed by Joseph Pilates from Germany in 1880. It's an exercise by ancient Greek and Roman regiments. So it develops actually strength, flexibility, coordination, speed, agility, and endurance. So you can see this maxillary activation, cross-postural alignment, facilitates optimal function of internal organs. So some trainers, usually they have a combination of this Pilates training as well as hypoxic training in Saudi. They used to have the combination of these two. So this is what the 2 types of different training which I came to include in my study. So regarding football, it's soccer. There's a word by Bernard Shaw. Even in United States, I know, what I could notice is, here the American football is more familiar, golf is more familiar, NBA is familiar, and everything is there. Still, they're doing a good job in the soccer ranking, defeating even the bigger teams. And there's a big history of U.S. defeated the United Kingdom, even in the All World Cup. Still, they are doing a good job. Anyway, in Saudi Arabia, they know only 2 things. The first thing is football. The other one is driving through the desert. So soccer is in their blood actually. They play football at sleeping with soccer, eating with soccer, like that's their way. So usually they're concentrating on soccer. That's why we choose these 2 on the effect of some university players, because I work in a university. I have a lot of students with me. So I choose these 2 different types of training. So what are the results? I chose 5 variables. One was speed. This, of course, barometer variable. And the other one is explosive power. And the other 3 is skill-related. One is dribbling, and the one is passing, and the last one is shooting. These were the 3 variables. I took 36 soccer players between 18 and 25 years, and I made them into 3 groups. One was hypoxic, the other one into Pilates training, and then third one is to control group. This was what I did. The protocol was 1 hour per day, 4 times per week, for a period of 12 weeks. For speed, I choose 50-meter dash. For explosive power, I took standing long jump. For the other 3, I chose a more Christian test. So these were the way I chose for the study. The pre-test and post-test scores of all the dependent variables for those 5, like speed, explosive power, dribbling, passing, and shooting, were chosen and done under statistical analysis. So these are the scores. You can see the difference. The question was which type of training makes them more relevant in terms of speed. So you can see this is 7.67 the pre-test. This post-test is 6.94. When we made the t-test, this is 9.26. Whereas this case, the Pilates group, it was 7.66 and 7.22. And the t-test score is 3.6. For this, the difference is 0.07. The significant 0.5 level with a table score of 2.15. So you can see the difference. So that means the hypoxic training and the Pilates training group has significantly improved their performance and speed compared to that of the controls. So those 2 experimental groups have a significant difference than the control group. Now, for the explosive power, you can also you can see the difference here. This is the score t-test. Here also, but here you can see the Pilates is bigger and hypoxic is less. This is 4.27. This is only 3.89. And the control group against still stands at 0.06, which is not significant. So the Pilates training is here, explosive power. Now, the case of, you can see this is what I told you. The hypoxia and Pilates training have significantly improved than the control group. Now, it comes the skill-rated variable, dribbling. We use the more Christian soccer test. For this, you can see the hypoxic has 5.43, where the Pilates is having 6.41. Again, this control group is not significant. So, the results shows that the hypoxia and both are significantly improved. Now, this is the last one is passing, not last, before the last one. This is also 7.47, but here the hypoxia is more significant than the Pilates group. Now, the last one is shooting. Here also the hypoxic training gives 12.07, where for the Pilates group it's 10.18, and this is 0.62. So these are the results of the experiments which I did. And you can see this. For all this case again, the conclusions. So compared to that of these two groups, you can see for the speed, the hypoxia is better as a dominant change. And for the explosive group, the pilot is bigger than the hypoxic. For dribbling also, the pilot is bigger than the hypoxic. For the other two, like hypoxic training is bigger than the Pilates training. So these are the things which I could find out. So I think in a place like if you have a better chance of giving the endurance training or hypoxic training, it will be better to give the trainees, like hypoxic training will give a more difference than the Pilates training. So you can choose this method if you want to train the footballers especially. They need a higher demand of endurance activities. So it will make them more fit to compete with the demands of the game, especially soccer demands a high level of endurance activities, storage of stamina and everything. So you can choose this kind of training, like the hypoxic training, by using artificial or natural methods, especially for if there is a lack of oxygen in the atmosphere, especially in a desert place like Libya is one of the places, Qatar, somebody from some different places are there. So it will be good. For United States, I don't know. So this is my conclusion. And of course, I recommend some kind of studies may be conducted in this regard. This is my suggestions and recommendations. So this is a simple study anyway. I thank for all your patience for seeing me, for bearing me. Thank you very much. So this is my presentation. Thank you very much.